Aprameya Radhakrishna, co-founder and CEO of India, the largest Hindi micro-blogging site, is with us, and I love the titles.
Yep.
Don't you love it? It's very contentious. Social media is dead. Long live social media. Do you concur? Is social media dead? Is it dying? Is it on its last gasp? How would you characterize social media right now?
Yeah, I think social media as we know it from the past, like the past 15 years, there's been Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, all of these. And the novelty of social media actually pulled it through 15 years. Right? Yeah. The creators and users were just very happy getting followers and reactions and real-time information for users and all of that. But I think in these 15 years, it's also become so prevalent that there have been challenges. The challenges are questions being asked around whether social media can be transparent. Can they be consistent in their behavior? Can they be truly neutral and unbiased? So all of these have now started emerging as a problem, right? And can these platforms actually be truly inclusive, right? So is thoughts and opinions, for example.
And what's the answer to all those? Transparency, inclusivity? Can social media be everything to everyone?
Yeah, so if the platforms fail to define themselves as a transparent, unbiased, consistent platform, then they will be dead. The age is for long live social media, the other part of the title.
Yeah.
Long live social media which can actually prove that they are transparent, consistent, and unbiased in the way they deal with it.
Is that what Q's doing?
Yeah, absolutely. So the number one thing we do is try and be more inclusive. So if you look around the world, most of the headlines and narratives that are built are by the topmost folks who speak English, who are well connected, who have access to the internet, and they've always been talking. But can you be more inclusive in terms of language? That is what we are doing.
Yeah.
Because of language, you're also bringing in culture, right? Second, each country's definition of freedom of speech is very different. What India thinks is freedom of speech is very different from what US thinks, is slightly different from UK thinks or Saudi Arabia thinks.
Yes.
So can you actually be customizing to these little nuances that are around across the world? So that's the second thing. And the third thing is the creators who were initially happy with followers and reactions are now saying, you're making so much money. Where's all that money?
Our money?
Why aren't you sharing it with me?
Yeah.
Right? So
how do you deal with that problem?
Yeah, so one, we're still a startup, and hence we're not yet monetized.
You don't have to worry about that yet.
Yeah. But our whole framework is around how do we help creators and users who are extremely good for the platform monetize on the platform. If we're monetizing because of a creator, we want to share.
And how do you do that? How will you do that?
So for example,
it's different to another social media platform.
Yeah, so one example is a concept of super likes that we're introducing, right? So liking is one thing, but super liking, let's say I really love a creator and what they've said, I want a super like. So if I pay, $1 for that super like, right? Half of it will go to the creator if they create exclusive content for the super liker. So there'll be a bunch of super likers who will auto-subscribe to all exclusive content because they super liked. So they get a share if they become exclusive to them, right? So this is one form of sharing revenue. And for users as well, for the first time in the world, we are thinking of sharing any money that we earn with the user as well. If you just consume content, you are a user who actually sees hundreds of pieces of content on the platform, you're spending a lot of time, you're engaging with ads on the platform, we want to reward you. A loyalty program for heavy usage of the platform is the future, right? And so all of this is something that we firmly believe in, and we.
So you're just starting to scratch the surface.
Yes. Yeah.
Give me a 5-year, 10-year view of what Ku's going to look like, because I mean, you were launched in March 2020. I mean, you're barely a couple of years old.
Yeah. So in the last 2.5 years, we've actually now hit 50 million plus downloads. The two main countries that use us, India and Brazil. So
How many users in India?
So India has 50 million.
50 million.
Brazil took off in the last 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
And we already have 3 million downloads from there.
Right.
All word of mouth. And the president of Brazil has joined.
All word of mouth, no advertising?
No advertising.
Right.
So we've not spent a single penny on growing that community.
How did you achieve that? Literally word of mouth? I mean...
So there is a deep need for an alternative to Twitter.
Yeah.
Across the world. And if you look at it, there are people who are looking for an alternative because they don't want to pay the $8. There are people who are looking for an alternative because of the ownership change.
Yeah.
There are people who are not happy with what Twitter may or may not become. Will it remain a free expression platform?
Do you think it will? That seems to be the big sort of topical issue.
Well, Elon Musk is reintroducing his $8 scheme, right? Like the blue tick that he's giving out. So if you can buy yourself a blue tick and hence more influence for your voice on the platform, it becomes more exclusive than inclusive. So it removes, any incentive that a normal person, who doesn't have an influence otherwise or doesn't have the money to be using Twitter. He'd rather use Ku, where his voice really matters and not the amount of money he pays.
How would you fix Twitter? Let's say I gave you Twitter.
Yeah.
How would you fix it in the extent it needs fixing?
Well, I think one big thing is how do you maintain the neutral stand?
Yeah.
Before Elon Musk, Twitter was claimed to be left-leaning, and now post Elon Musk, it's right. Now, for a successful social media platform, the platform itself can't have an opinion. Right? An opinion platform. The platform itself can't have either a left or a right opinion. It is there to host both sides and good, healthy discussions. So being neutral, making sure that you really deal with hate speech, misinformation, all of the things that make this platform very negative in nature, right? The culture on Twitter is to troll, is to be negative. If you post the same thing across multiple social media apps, on Facebook, you'll get a lot of love because it's your family and friends. On Instagram, it's lifestyle, again, a closed network.
Yeah.
On Twitter, you actually get more hate than anywhere else.
My cousin was in Qatar, and he watched the England Wales game, and afterwards he was interviewed by a football news channel. Mm-hmm. Hey, what did you think of England's performance? And he put the video online. The abuse. He was just saying, England were poor. It was when we played the USA.
Yeah.
We drew, and it was a terrible game. England were awful. Yeah. My cousin said, the manager's terrible. And the abuse he got just for that, you're right. It's it's a hotbed of abuse, isn't it?
So, just like a space that you create, a company you create, the community you create on a social media platform also has a culture, and it can't be changed overnight. So you have to restart it in the right way. And
can he fix it? Musk?
Yes, financially, yes. I'm sure he'll find out a way to make it a profitable entity which gives returns to all his investors, and he pays back his debt and all those things.
But what it represents, who knows?
Yeah. So the softer side, making a car is black and white, making a rocket is black and white, Starlink, everything is black and white. Social media is gray. Every person on it adds to it, every person not on it takes away from it, right? So navigating hundreds of millions of emotions every day is a very challenging job. And a person with as less opinion, and a platform with as less opinion of its own is the one that will succeed.
Which of the big social media giants, platforms will exist in 10 years and which won't? Let's put your neck on the line. Or at least admit which ones are going to find it challenging if they continue on the current path. And given how quickly things change, I know some of the giants have been around.
Yeah. No, any social media platform which stays true to why their users use it.
Yeah.
So for example, Instagram, they're made for lifestyle. Users use it for lifestyle. And as long as they can remain lifestyle,
it'll be fine. What about Facebook? People keep saying Facebook is dead, it's only for the oldies. Is that true? I'm not on it, but I'm old.
So Facebook has a problem because we all joined Facebook for a family and friends network.
Right.
It has stopped being that. We don't go there for that anymore. It's a bunch of random videos thrown at us. So hence it's gone downhill.
Yeah.
So
could it die?
It could if people. So the valuable users will leave. The large amounts of users who are
people
still
who just stay
just
logged in.
If they like random videos thrown at them, they will stay.
Yeah.
So there is some value there, but it won't be as valuable as it was before.
Who loves Facebook here? Put your hands up. Who hates Facebook here? Put your hands up. Who sort of doesn't care and stop asking stupid questions, Mark? Oh, thanks a lot. Who likes Instagram? Put your hands up. Yeah, you're right. Who doesn't like Instagram? Put your hands up. The back there, yeah. TikTok? Who loves TikTok? I mean, TikTok seems to have caught fire, doesn't it?
Yeah, so
what do we learn from TikTok?
Yeah, so the way I describe TikTok is micro Bollywood, right?
Micro Bollywood, yeah.
So a 3-hour Shah Rukh Khan movie, you'll watch. But a 30-second nobody entertaining you, you will only watch for 30 seconds.
That's not what I hear, and I'm not on it. I gather that once you watch, you can't stop watching. Is that true?
But it's micro bits, right? Like 30-second Bollywood entertainment snippets is the way you should look at it. If the same person made a 3-hour movie, you wouldn't watch it.
No, it's true.
Yeah, so
are you on TikTok?
It's banned in India, so I'm not.
Oh, okay. There you go. But there's equivalents, aren't there?
Yeah, so there's, of course, Instagram Reels.
Yeah.
And, of course, there's Josh and Moj and all of these guys.
Yeah. Interesting. Questions? Come on, let's have a really tricky question for Aprameya on social media. Sir, shout out your question. Ask your question.
Hi, this is Fasi Ilahi from Abu Dhabi. We are having like the reels on Facebook now, and we do a lot of, we see a lot of things happening there. I'm also on Facebook, so it's a matter of time that we spend like of course get birthday wishes there, and a lot of things get done there. Still, we are using it, and the same benefit is coming now. TikTok is not there in India, very well said, but not only the youngsters are on these reels, basically the other Moj and other applications you said. We, the 30 plus, still are on the Facebook and other apps, basically. So I think what you said about it might die in terms of Facebook, I think they are innovating now. They have these reels going on. So they are capturing both the generations. Still the birthday wishes that we get are mostly on Facebook itself. So I don't think so, they are still innovating. But I don't see a platform now, because when they once tie up with Instagram, they got the lease for life, basically. So once we post to Facebook, it goes also on Instagram. Now they have a tie-up with Twitter also. It goes to Twitter as well. So I don't know what's going to happen and how Musk will sell it on $12 or $8. It's quite ridiculous, and I made a post about it, and it was really funny.
What's your question, sir? Let's have the question.
So will it survive?
Which one?
This Facebook, just Facebook, if it is by itself.
So as I said, Facebook for its initial purpose has already died. That's why they've shoved in a lot of videos and reels from Instagram, and so they have a huge base of users which they can still monetize by making them spend time.
So Meta now.
Yeah, so Meta is a different, it's a different story altogether, right?
Meta's a money-losing machine.
Yeah, so as in there's enough questions around it, and it's not yet even come into existence in a proper way. So, but Facebook, so I think Meta as a company has a bright future because of Instagram, WhatsApp, and not because of Facebook.
Facebook's dead, it seems. Sorry, we've got to move on. Thank you so much. Brilliant. Is social media dead? Hands up if you think social media is dead. Hands down. If you think social media is still alive, hands up. Okay.
Very much
Okay.
so. Yeah.
Aprameya, you were brilliant. Thank you very much indeed. Big
Thanks
round of
so much.
applause.